Hello everyone, welcome back to Moon Cipher. Today's mystery takes us deep into the heart of Brazil, where an entire village reportedly vanished overnight, leaving behind a haunting message written on a chalkboard that read, "There is no salvation." This is the strange and chilling story of Hoer Verde, the town that disappeared without a trace. It was the year 1923 when a group of travelers stumbled upon a remote village in Brazil's dense forest. The village was known as Hoer Verde, a small but thriving settlement with over 600 inhabitants. The travelers expected to find life, people, sounds, animals, smoke from cooking fires, but instead, what they found was absolute silence. The entire village was deserted. The houses stood untouched, doors left open, meals half finished on tables, and belongings scattered as if the residents had left in a hurry. It was as if time had stopped. The only clue left behind was a message scribbled on a blackboard inside the local schoolhouse. There is no salvation. No bodies were ever found, and no signs of struggle or violence were reported. Tools lay in the fields, clothes hung on lines, and even livestock remained, but not a single human being was in sight. It was as if the earth had swallowed the entire population whole. When the news reached nearby towns, police and government officials launched an investigation. The Brazilian authorities scoured the surrounding jungle, searching for any sign of the missing villagers. But their search led to more confusion. There were no footprints, no trails, and no evidence that anyone had left on foot. Even the food supplies and personal items remained untouched, suggesting the villagers hadn't planned to leave. So what really happened to Hoer Verde? There are several theories, each more unsettling than the last. One of the earliest explanations was that the village had been attacked by bandits or rebel forces. In the 1920s, parts of Brazil were plagued by political unrest, and some believed the residents fled after receiving a threat. But that theory quickly fell apart when no signs of struggle, gunfire, or looting were found. Everything was still in perfect order. Another theory suggests that the villagers were victims of mass poisoning or disease. Some say a toxic gas leak from underground could have killed them all, but again, no bodies were ever found. If they had died suddenly, their remains would have been there. So how could an entire population disappear into thin air? A more supernatural theory soon took hold. Locals began whispering that Hoer Verde was cursed, built on ancient land where dark rituals had once been performed. Some believed the villagers had accidentally disturbed something, perhaps a spiritual boundary, and paid the ultimate price. The chilling message, "There is no salvation," was seen as a final warning or plea before something otherworldly claimed them. Others think the villagers may have been part of a secret cult. The writing on the blackboard could have been part of a ritual, symbolizing their departure from the mortal world. There are even claims that strange lights were seen in the sky near the area days before the disappearance, fueling theories of alien abduction. Skeptics argue that the entire story might have been a hoax or misinterpretation, perhaps a blend of legend and rumor passed down through generations. But if it was just a myth, why do records and testimonies from the early 20th century mention it in such detail? Why did investigators, journalists, and travelers at the time insist that something truly bizarre had happened there? Decades later, the location of Hoer Verde has become uncertain. Modern maps don't show it, and many researchers who have tried to find the exact site report conflicting coordinates. Some say the jungle reclaimed it, hiding all evidence of its existence. Others believe the town never existed at all, that it was an urban legend designed to warn people about faith, society, or corruption. But if that's the case, who wrote the message, "There is no salvation"? And why did so many people report that same eerie detail? In one version of the story, soldiers from a nearby town were sent to investigate after hearing rumors of gunfire from a forest. When they arrived, they too found Hoer Verde silent and empty. They described the scene as disturbing. Utensils on tables, chairs tipped over, and school lessons half written on the board. The soldiers claimed to have taken photographs and reports, but those files were said to have been lost or destroyed years later. Conspiracy theorists suggest the Brazilian government may have covered up the truth, perhaps due to secret experiments or something they didn't want the public to know. Some even claim that Hoer Verde's residents were taken for classified research, or that the village fell victim to an unknown environmental event that authorities wanted to hide. Whatever the truth may be, one thing is certain. The mystery of Hoer Verde continues to haunt historians, explorers, and believers alike. No concrete evidence has ever surfaced. No remains, no survivors, and no verifiable explanation. The town simply ceased to exist. Today, Hoer Verde stands as a haunting reminder of how fragile human presence can be in the face of the unknown. Whether the people vanished due to natural disaster, mass hysteria, or something beyond our understanding, their story endures as one of the most chilling disappearances ever recorded. So, what do you think happened in Hoer Verde? Did the villagers flee from danger, fall victim to an invisible force, or vanish into another dimension entirely? Was a government cover-up, an alien event, or simply a ghost story that spiraled out of control? Whatever you believe, the last words left behind, there is no salvation, still echo like a warning from the past. Maybe, just maybe, some mysteries were never meant to be solved. And that's the story of Hoer Verde, the village that disappeared without a trace.